Good morning, pregame crew. This is Chart Gal Lori, and it is Tuesday, February 8th, 2022, 8:23 a.m. Eastern, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time. Good morning, all. Audio visual check, please. Hi, Night Truck, John, Aaron, Marique, Greg, Blue Dog, Lisa, Mark, Veronica, my friend Topher, Matt, your greatest fan, Joe, Bridget, Tammy, my girl, Jorge, Mary, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Chuck, thank you. I appreciate it. There are so many people that I appreciate every morning. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you every day. Today, I'm going to single out Roger. You always give me that banana dancing man in the room when I post my link. You get me fired up to do this. Thank you. Hey, Cedric, Jessica, you pick, Argilio, LT, Philip, CB, Karkuki. We live, baby. We sure are. I'm going to go back. I think I saw a BA request. We'll get started with indices in 6 minutes. I'm just going to take a few requests from the chat room right now. So BA, FedEx is in talks to order some more planes. So that's some positive news for them this morning. You have a daily uptrend, which is unusual. Not all charts, a lot of charts don't have a daily uptrend. However, we're still looking for a weekly lower high here compared to 22967. So with that in mind, daily uptrend, 4-hour uptrend. I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I would say shorting 214.37 makes the most sense. But of course, not if, scratch that, not with that positive news. Support 210.45. Go to the 15-minute. And 209.42. I don't see a setup I like. Unless you want to bottom fish this pre-market level of 210.45. It's extended slightly to the upside, and we're looking for that weekly lower high. And the 4 hours getting these tiny higher highs without a lot of follow through, so it just makes me hesitate. I just don't see a setup that I really like. It got hourly overbought yesterday, but it's cooled off overnight. So I don't see a setup I like there. Sorry I couldn't give you clarity on it, or maybe I did. HUT is related to crypto. We broke the 724. I would say 744 is a decisive break on the daily. On the weekly, we could still have a bear flag, and we're looking for a weekly lower high compared to 915 running into the underside of this 50 MA, and the weekly RSI is running into 50. Crypto is pulling back overnight. You have pre-market support of 697 and then 635, resistance 727, 739, and 744. So every chart that I look at, I can give you technical analysis, but I'm always coming from the perspective, why are they asking me? They're looking for a trade or they're in a trade. If you're in HUT long, I would just walk up my stop and I would use the pre-market low as my level. And if you're looking for a top fish, you could short against 744, but you're shorting one of the biggest bullies around. So right now, I would say the best setup is going to be your first oversold. Did we get oversold in after hours? Yeah, maybe the first 15-minute oversold after having a 10% day yesterday. That may be the first setup. Actually, I'll set an alert for that. Just show you how I do that. RSI, tell me when it crosses 30. Make sure you're on the time frame that you're looking at, the 15-minute time frame. So that's the only setup I see in HUT right here. Aw, Script Shaman, I appreciate you. Mark, I love the dancing banana too. Hi, Ernest, Brandon, J. Newell. We will definitely be going over Facebook for sure. Let me make sure I covered the request that came in already. I did. Piton, it may tank. CB, I don't mean to pick on you, but I challenge myself, so I'm going to challenge you. The words that we use are so very important in the direction that we're looking. And you said Peloton is going to tank today. It may go down. It also may rip people's faces off because we just had news Blackwell, or is it BlackRock or Blackwell? Blackwell is asking for urgent action for Peloton to consider suitors and being acquired. So this could go either way. It's terrible news that came in, the CEO stepping down, and They cut 2,800 jobs. They're closing a factory. Definitely not good news for Peloton, but that acquisition news is still looming. I'm definitely bearish on Peloton. I have a bearish bias, down looking, but it doesn't mean that it's going to tank. I accept all outcomes. We went over that yesterday, accepting all outcomes. KDA, let's look at it. What is that? TSX? Okay, I don't know what that is. Trader TV, I can see you. I can see you. Okay. MNMD. I think that's what you meant, Cambridge Motors. Let me see what MNMD is. No, you meant NMMD. Okay. MedMind. MedMind had that big $1.5 million order that came in yesterday. Pop price cleared the order book and then came back down. Overnight, it's up 5%. This is in the psychedelic space. We got that daily higher high. If you're in long, I would just move my stops up. $1.03 is a daily double bottom. And if you didn't watch Dan's video yesterday, gosh, you're missing out. I feel like I gained 10 IQ points yesterday just watching his video. He went over IWM, the growth names, crypto. They have been stronger than everything else in the market because they've been beat down for so long. And now they're leading us out. And I see them as the canary. That's why I'm looking slightly bullish today for the market. They're our canary leading us out. Support and pre-market, $1.26. And then $1.15 resistance. $1.39 and $1.46. Good morning. Oh, Philip, sorry. Okay, KDA US. Nope, can't type. So I'm just going to do the KuCoin one. You got an hourly EQ. I love it when it's so clear. You see that? We've got higher high, higher low, lower high, and now we're currently forming an higher low above 830. So you have an hourly inside bar right now that's forming your support 842, 830, resistance 936.33, and then 1033. And on the daily, you're getting that upper wick of profit taking here as you run into the daily 50 MA, and that's a bearish reversal candle forming. So I would be careful. We did have elevated volume. On the 4 hour, we have an inside bar. We're holding the EMAs. So if you're in long, I would put my stop under this 830. All right, it's 8:31. Let's get officially started. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. I like to call myself a chartographer. I map out charts for you and map out a plan in the morning by going over indices, commodities, cryptos, movers and shakers of the day. Toward the end, I take a few requests. We normally have mods in the room. I don't know if we have any today that will help answer questions that you may have because I can't monitor chat while I'm ripping through these charts. So I'm glad you're here. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button, but don't hit the off button. Let's get started. All right, this is the story of the day. We have a daily inside bar that formed yesterday inside Friday's range. So here's Friday, large range. Yesterday, we stay within that range. And then today, we are opening within yesterday's range. So we have this tightening pattern. What has to happen? We have to clear yesterday's high to assume that our daily higher low is in at 4438. We have to clear 451450. Let me get my little bubble, price bubble. Where is it? Here. 451450. That is key to break. We got to break this daily inside bar to the upside to assume that our daily higher low is in place. If you're interested in my chart setup, it's on the screen now. I'm going to delete it to save some real estate. And this little sucker right here at 446275 just saved the day. Let me show you on the hourly. You see we held that support here, 446325 by 50 cents. We held it. It saved the day this morning. So far, we're still in danger of losing it. We had a bear break on Nasdaq below the 511.50, and yet we still bounced because XLF is strong this morning and it's helping lift up SPY. And SPY not getting that bear break helped Nasdaq from completely rolling over. So let's look at Nasdaq on the daily. On the daily, we broke bear. We broke yesterday's low, 16 by $26.50. I would say that's close enough to be considered a double bottom, but I would not want it to go break that low. So now that low becomes key, that low of 14484. Well, look is that, ain't that dandy at the 50% retrace. So what I was doing is I was looking, okay, from the low of January 24th to the high of February 2nd, where are we? We are right at the 50% retrace. And we don't want to give back any more. If we give back any more down to the golden pocket area, then on a bounce, we'd be looking for a lower high. On the weekly, a lower high is the most likely scenario, and we're getting trapped under the weekly 50 MA, and a weekly bear flag is still on the table. So I'm going to delete all this mishigas and let's look at it clearly. So we are still within last week's range. Last week we had a volatile week and we closed with the upper wick of profit taken, and now we're inside that week's range. A weekly bear flag is on the table. On the daily, we need to hold this low of 14362 and go break the high of yesterday to assume that low is set. And then everybody and their brother and mother will be waiting right up here to short because of that weekly lower high scenario. So I know I'm getting, I guess that's my job to get detailed, so I'm not going to apologize for it anymore. So what I'm looking for is a potential ES daily inside bull break. Give us the bull break, bounce, and then start looking for that weekly lower high. I don't want to look for the weekly lower high down here. I want it from much higher. So I want a clear level to short, which would be 15260. Now everything could just roll over and go to you know what, but that's what I'm looking for. We'll see what happens. On ES, we need to break yesterday's high in order to know that our daily high or low is set. And then again, bears will be waiting at 4586. I haven't even pulled up my notes. Today's my daddy's birthday. Happy birthday, Daddy-o. All right. He is 68. He is a young 68, and I'm blessed to have him. All right, ES daily inside bar, that's what is on deck today. And that also means erratic behavior. Y'all know what I tell y'all when we have a daily inside bar. What happens with daily inside bars? I don't want to mess up this chart. I'll pull up. It's like the drunk girl walking home from the bar in high heels. You get this erratic behavior. You'll get higher highs without follow through, lower lows without follow through because we're inside. And that's what's going to happen and could happen on ES because we're inside on the weekly, we're inside on the daily. So you look for that erratic behavior. And why is it erratic? Why do we have these higher highs and lower lows? We're looking for liquidity. As Lamont likes to say, we're looking for areas of balance where we're trying to define where are we going, and we're just looking for order blocks. Where are the big order blocks? So, all right, let me go back to my notes. Facebook needs to find a bottom for the market to find a bottom. And that's a pretty declarative statement. Dan said it in yesterday's video, and I agree with him that Facebook needs to find a bottom and XLC needs to find a bottom. So let's look at XLC. I have it on our list today, but look at this. Daily triple bottom, 69.48, 69.51, 69.76. And what did I talk to y'all about last week? We talked about this Friday, how masterfully they're holding that hourly RSI from getting oversold. It's just been a methodical sell-off. The XLC were the two largest components in XLC, Facebook and Google. And Facebook and Google have to find a bottom for XLC to find a bottom, or XLC needs to find a bottom for Facebook and Google to find a bottom. It's like a chicken and an egg. But we know that a rising tide can lift all boats, and XLC is the tide. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm taking medicine. I'm going to get better soon. I know it's annoying to listen to someone who's nasally. All right, Facebook needs to find a bottom, and we're going to talk about Facebook. VIX hourly lower high on the table, and that would help my overall thesis of the market bouncing today. if we could set a VIX hourly lower high. And we know the VIX likes to bear break and bull break. It does love to melt. So we got this little bear break by 5 cents, and then we got a bounce. So right now we have an hourly EQ on VIX. So I'm looking for a 4-hour lower high, excuse me, not an hourly lower high, a 4-hour lower high compared to 24.82. That's a 4-hour. US 10-year, the market bulls would love for this to be an hourly rising wedge, and it's not clear by any measure. I can't even put a trend line on this, but we're getting these little tiny higher highs without a lot of follow through. But we've had so many, I was looking at how many breaks we've had, even a bull break on the quarter. This rising 10-year is just a real pain in the neck for the tech bulls. 1968, we are right there. Now, if this double top can hold 1968, hold that line, bears, defend it, that would help tech bounce. IWM, RTY, we still have a daily inverse head and shoulders on the table. That has not been negated yet. It can be negated, but that also has me leaning bullish. And something occurred to me this morning. XLE, we've had this bullish divergence, and I've talked about it in the commodities channel. I've talked about it on my videos. XLE has had a bullish divergence to oil. Why? Why is XLE still leading? And I finally had a revelation this morning. Obviously, my dad works in the oil business, or worked in the oil business. He got laid off last year because these oil companies are just leaning out wherever they can with oil price, the way that it dropped when it went to zero or whatever happened back here. These oil companies, when price dropped below $40 a barrel, they were forced to get as lean as possible, and the fat cats couldn't be fat anymore, and they had to lean out. And now they are destroying earnings because now they are leaned down and they can operate on $40 a barrel oil. Well, now this $90 a barrel oil is just lagniappe. So I don't know why that's important today. It's not, but it just finally occurred to me why XLE has been leading oil. Even though oil has been bouncing and strong, XLE has been even stronger. It's because that fundamental reason why these companies are able to do billion-dollar buybacks like Exxon and Chevron killing it, and BP this morning killing it. Because of all these efficiencies they were forced to do to stay in business. All right. Let's get some levels for you on Nasdaq. So the level to hold is this morning's low, 144.84, and then 143.6275. Nasdaq bulls want this to be the daily high or low. What's their hurdle to make it that daily high or low? Get over 14806. RTY, the daily inverse head and shoulders, is still in play. And we broke bull. The daily high or low is most likely set on RTY. Now they got to go take out 2058 in order to get that higher high. YM, we're still inside yesterday's range. So RTY and and the Dow and ES all held yesterday's low. Nasdaq was the only one to give back a bit. Why? Because they got to deal with Facebook and Google that's inside their ETF. So YM level, I'm going to say 35205, 35212, and we have support at 34816. All right, VIX, we're looking for that 4-hour lower high compared to 2482. Bitcoin, oh lordy. Lanyap, yes. All right. Sorry, y'all, about this spammer. Trying to get him off. Okay, there he goes. Okay. I don't know if that was the right terminology. Bitcoin, we lost the 4-hour uptrend when we lost 43575. Now on any bounce, bears will be looking to short either 44109 or 45519. You have support 43160. This recent low is not set with a pivot yet. Then 42258. So crypto's taking a breather. Crypto really did put in the work over the weekend and yesterday. It's just taking a breather. Daily uptrend is absolutely fine. We ran into the daily 50 EMA and we have support way down at 2572. So this consolidation so far is healthy. Hourly downtrend is confirmed, however, and support 3051. All right, gold. I haven't looked at gold this morning. On gold, bears will be looking to top fish 1854.20 on the weekly. On the daily, we're doing fine, but odds favor a lower high compared to 1854, and a lot of people in our room will be looking to buy this pullback on support above 1788, and then the next support below that, 1780. Oil, we have API estimates after hours at 4:30 today, and now I don't know if I can even say that. I've been trying to stay away from oil because of this strong daily uptrend. So I'm not going to say it. I was going to say there's a top fish on the hourly against 91.09. But it's dangerous with this daily uptrend, so I'm going to leave that alone. Nat gas is finally bouncing, clearing that resistance I had mapped this morning. Support 4173, 412. Resistance 44468. And don't forget this little one over here at 4559. I see no clarity on the nat gas chart to give you any setup. Apple, I like a bottom fish of one of two levels. Bulls are going to want to see yesterday's low hold, 170.95. And I like a bottom fish even more off 170.02. Looking to nail this daily higher low at 170.68. 170.68. That is the level. It's an after hours level. I'm just going to say 170.02. So bottom fish off 170.95. I like Apple. Bottom fish off 170.95. Amazon. I like Amazon long off of 3145. If we lose that, 3138 is right below it. And what I'm looking for is to nail this bull flag if it happens and stays above 308172. That's the key to hold to have a bull flag in play. We are above the hourly 50 EMA. And what I want to see it open is for it to get over these hourly EMAs. I want to see price get over it immediately at open on any bounce. And it's not necessary this bounce is going to happen. I'm just mapping out my plan of most likely scenarios for the day. But Nasdaq is proving nothing this morning. Facebook has to find a low in order for this market to bounce. And RSI is, everybody's pointing out the RSI. Y'all, RSI it doesn't matter when you have these bad news after bad news after bad news. Peter Thiel stepped down from the board yesterday, and that was perceived bearishly. So it's just bearish news after bearish news. So on the daily, did I map? Yeah, 207.11 is a support. And then we have a level right here, 215.28. 215.28 and then 207.11. Is that not the worst handwriting you've ever seen? Lord have mercy. Where did my text? There it goes. 21528. So that's a level that we have down here to know about, and then 207.11. This is my Queen of the Mountain trade. I am looking for a dip buy. I don't want to be the first one on the dance floor. So with names like this that are a fallen knife, think about the junior high dance. You don't want to be the first one out there. It's embarrassing. You want to wait till you have some buddies on the dance floor. And that's what I'm going to wait to see. And how am I going to know? How? Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Oh, I hate it when I misclick. Lori. Sorry about that. I don't want to be on the dance floor alone, and volume is going to tell me. Volume will tell me when I have friends on the dance floor with me. 219.60 is your new support, then 215.28, then 207.11. A lot of times I want to just go into the TCG room and post a quiz and like just post a number and see if who could guess the chart. Like post 207.11. What chart is that? Facebook. 215.28. What chart is that? Facebook. So just remember these levels and wait. You don't have to be first. You can wait for that first 5-minute higher low attempt. You don't, again, you just wait for the trend change. Wait for a 2-minute trend change. Wait for a 5-minute trend change. And this broker platform opening wicks, that is not a trend change, okay? This will, in my opinion, be one of the best plays today, and it may be the best play of the whole week. And it'll be a significant bounce when it bounces. But rushing to this party early ain't going to be fun. You'll get a lot of knife wounds. Okay, Google announced a stock split, which is super bullish. But then Google also announced an offering. So the hourly back burner trade on Google is in play today. But it may be lackluster due to this offering overhang. We have a gap fill at 27.55.86. Now I turned on the back burner. I have it in my notes. 2742. 2742 will be the hourly oversold area. So what you do is you just go to the hourly and you said, just tell me when hourly gets oversold. And that doesn't mean I'll take the trade. Doesn't mean it. Just means I'll go look at that chart. I'll look at the market and I'll look at Facebook. Facebook and Google are critical for this market. So I'm not just going to jump in. Let me go back to my notes to make sure. So I'm watching Facebook bounce watch, Snap short. They had a $1.25 billion offering. I've already gone short this morning and covered half. Apple long if Facebook can bounce. Amazon using 31.45. And don't forget that 3084 level, which is the bull flag level in play. Google gap fill. XBI long setup using hourly support. IWM long setup using hourly support. And then my trading advice for you today is play out or stop out. Have a scale, one scale of your position. So let's say you have 90 shares. I like to exit in thirds. So I exit 1/3 immediately when I go into profit. And then the other 2/3 I manage based technically. So the second one, if we get overbought or oversold, if I'm going short and something's getting super oversold, I'll scale out of that second scale. And that last scale is play out or stop out. There is one of the most prolific traders, and Mark Douglas talked about it in his video that I referenced yesterday. I think his name was Richard Dennis. I can't remember his name. I didn't go back to the video and watch. But he talked about this guy had a 5% win rate. 5%! How do you even trade with a 5% win rate? And he was a multi-millionaire, wonderful trader because he did the play out or stop out on his whole scale. His 5% of winners were massive winners, making him extremely profitable. So typically, a good technical analyst trader is going to win more than 50%. That's what we trade every day is probabilities. This dude made a ton of money only winning 5%. Why? He was looking for those big winners, play out or stop out, and he let that trade run. I'm telling you, you have to let a portion of your winners run, especially if you are inconsistently profitable. It's because you're taking your winners off too soon and you're letting your losers run. You're giving all the leeway to your losers. All right, that's a lot of preaching. IWM remained relatively strong compared to the market. So in pre-market, we have a support at 199 and then 197.99. I like a play off 199 if we can hold IWM. Piton, I think, is a short, but regardless, it's still an acquisition overhang, so just please be careful. It's getting a little higher highs, so that very little follow through. We could have a rising wedge. Bears will be waiting at 31.30, 31.30, 31.30, 31.30. Bears will be waiting. So I'm going to say, tell me when Peloton gets to 31.20. That's awesome, Steve, to hear. Thank y'all. If you could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. I do put a lot of time into this and I enjoy it if you can't tell from my enthusiasm. But if you could hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Snap. Snap had a $1.25 billion offering. I just hesitated because I have half a position left and this looks like an inverse head and shoulders shaping up. So I have my stop over 36.50. On any bounce, I would like Snap short. I would stop out over 36.50 and then I would wait for any bounce. Closer to 37.94 is a better risk to reward, but I am looking short Snap today. Tesla still has the daily inverse head and shoulders on the table. It broke at bull by $4 and then pulled back. I like a dip buy off of $900 for Tesla. And if that doesn't hold, your next support 89256 and 88117. And I'm looking to nail this right side of this daily inverse head and shoulders. This is a name, I don't normally give these types of names, and I am not going to trade it. Let me be clear. I'm not trading this. But I know a lot of you like these really volatile names. VLDR got news after hours yesterday about some type of an Amazon investment. Here are your current levels. Then you just got to go set your fishing pole. If you're a small cap scalper, this will be fun for you today, and you're going to use your fishing pole. And your fishing pole could be first 5-minute oversold. It could be EQ, inside bar, maybe on the 30-minute, which those are pretty strong, 30-minute and above. I like those inside bar breaks to play on these smaller cap names. It could be bottom fishing, 15-minute higher low. You could trade this so many different ways. It's up to your particular fishing pole and style. I won't be trading it, but it has a lot of volatility and volume. So S&B Capital uses a phrase trades in play or stocks in play. And I have really taken that mindset when I look at the scans. I'm looking for high volume tickers to trade because I'm going to most likely get the largest amount of volatility. So that's why I like to look at these smaller cap names, but this isn't my style. It's VLDR, but I thought someone may want it. And right now it has 9.2 million shares traded in pre-market. So this will be a volatile name. You'll get all the volatility you need on VLDR. XBI held up pretty strong after hours. Bulls will be looking to take a trade of an hourly higher low compared to 91.67. And then XLC, we covered it, has that triple bottom on the daily. XLC, Facebook, and Google need to find a bottom. All right, let me go look at chat and see if I can answer a couple questions. Okay. Texas T100. I know that slot machine. I used to live in Nevada and went to Reno and Vegas casinos. Not often, but I'd go, I'd see that Texas T game. A gap fill Baron can act like, and there's MG, there's my man. So 275586 is a gap. So you see this gap. So price gapped up on earnings here, creating this gap. It gapped above the yesterday's range. And then when that gap is present, it can act as a magnet. Not necessarily, not every time, not all gaps have to be filled, but it's nice to denote them on your chart. They can serve as a magnet. Okay, any other? I will do, oh, you're welcome, Lisa. Thanks, LT. Anybody have a ticker request and I will go over it? Oh, they do, Stephen. That's good to know. SMB preaches about trades to hold. When I'm reading your comments, I try to remember to say the question or comment out loud so people know what I'm talking about. I have time for one ticker. Dan will be live in 4 minutes. You're welcome, Newell. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, you don't have to join the Chart Guys community, but it sure is fun when you do. AR, me too. I'm a little slow. And my dad, it was part of it, of the oil business. Someone asked for cost, and I don't know if that's what you're asking about, David. So we have an inside bar yesterday that formed. High of 522, low of 514.23. This looks nice. Oh, I missed the dividend. They have a pretty healthy dividend. It's a daily bull break over 52644. KR. Oh, I did Facebook. Rewind if you want to hear Facebook. What am I playing today? Facebook, and Snap and Peloton. I didn't put Snap up here yet. I'm watching Facebook, Peloton, and Snap. Yep, I do crypto. Let me look at Kroger real quick. Kroger had a bearish engulfing candle yesterday, but it's green this morning. Needs to get over 45.35 to change the trend and possibly be a 4-hour inverse head and shoulders. You see that? Okay. CRSR. CRSR. This is a nice... I'm just leaving that out. That kind of messes up the EQ, but we still are in an EQ. We need to get over 20.35 for a bull break. Support is down at 18.40. On the hourly, we're green this morning. Need to get over 1977 and that key level 2040. Support from pre-market 1935 and then 1907. EEM pulling back 48.19 is your key support. 48.84 resistance. Daily inside bar yesterday. Inside bars are probably the name of the game of most of what you're looking at. Yes, I covered Facebook ad nauseum. Look at all this. 215.28 is the key support, then 207.11. I'm looking to bottom fish it, and I'm not going to be the first one on the dance floor. Amira Asia. Amira Asia, did I cover EEM enough for you? Daily inside bar. Yes, I did. Okay. Aaron, I still like Target on this falling wedge compared to 210.38. I still like it. I still like it for a long, aiming to get this dividend. You know what? I may put this in my dad's account today. It's his birthday. Get him that dividend. I like Target. Pins. Wait, someone asked about, yes, I do. I trade crypto and I cover crypto. Cover it. XTZ. Got over the daily. Do you see right then what I just noticed on XTC? Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's over it. Ethereum isn't. So it's slightly stronger than Ethereum in that it's over its daily 50 MA. Daily uptrend, support 3768. And now we have a lower high compared to 446 on the weekly. Well, 536 is that weekly support. Weekly resistance, my lord. Brain's getting tired. That looks good. Hourly bull break. We ran in. We're approaching that 446 resistance and we rejected just ever so slightly. You have support at 402 and $4. Sorry. Again, brain's tired. It's a lot of bull volume. 4-hour support is $4. All right. That's it for me. You know what? I'm going to go over pins because Ween, you asked so nicely. Poor pins. Daily downtrend until it's not. Got to get over 30.27. And the bulls have not necessarily given themselves enough room for a higher low compared to 24.01. This may make for a decent iron condor, actually selling it to see if it stays within this range a couple more days. All right, that's it for me. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you TCGers in the room. Pre-game. Oh, and I'm live today midday at TCG, and I'll see pre-gamers tomorrow.